Okay. Now, this next video is more so to do with the whitewashing that occurs words um, that occurs when that has been occur. Oh my God, that word occurring all my life. I got voted in 2006. Obama then got voted in 2007. Why can't I speak? Obama, um, I've said before, was a very milk toast president. He, in essence, was the whitewashed version of me. At the time, they called me Jew, like that was their nickname for me. But they couldn't put a Jew in the White House because everything has to be under the word of God and nothing can actually be what it is. So they put a whitewashed version of um, me in there, um, and a very milquetoast president, didn't do a lot. And then I was thinking, as this happened, as I was in my youth, I was so upset with the way society was structured and the injustices towards my people and all that kind of stuff. And when I would go online, I would speak on it. I would be like, "You guys are, you know," and something strange began to happen within my home. My what I was saying online became representative of inside of my family home. Yesterday, I was speaking about how my father was abusive to my mother, and I got him deported and all that kind of stuff. In the context of being within the organization, once I got discovered, every single little which way to try to subvert my messaging was done. Um, I was upset over the amount of vitriol that media had towards its audience. And in a one-to-one correlation, um, because let's say like a show is like a recipe, and you're cooking something. And sometimes you'll add a little bit too much salt, you'll add a little bit too much sugar, all that kind of stuff. And I was really upset over the fact that within the recipe of the media that I was watching, it was just like all vitriol. And in that same, as I was getting upset about that, my mother started putting a lot of salt in our food, like a lot of salt. And my dad would get upset about that, and they would argue about it, and and I was just thinking like that was a way of getting me to see like a whitewashed version of my anger um, over the state of the world being condensed down into an argument between a husband and wife over the saltiness of the food, which to a child's mind, obviously, why would you get mad over that? And just little things like that. When my father got deported, when I couldn't take it anymore, the abuse that was happening within the household, um, another man came into the house, which I assume was like a closer correlation to what I had been turned into over the course of the many years of this abuse. Um, and then in 2006, Donald Trump got elected. When he got elected, um, my mother has always wanted a white Escalade. That's her. That was like her dream car or something like that. And when through the cognitive driving of the organization, um, I somehow ended up in a position in which I got Donald Trump elected. I lost a debate or something along those lines. I'm not exactly sure. Or I was so militant in my anger towards white people that it was feasible for them to whitewash that in a way to which they created a Nazi president. Anyways, the first time he got elected, she got an Escalade. And then she didn't get a new car at all until last year when Trump got elected again. So, insofar as like the metaphors that the organization uses around me, my mother is a 1-to-1 correlation towards the state as it exists today. Every time that Trump has won, she gets a little treat. She gets a little toy. She gets a little something, you know? And that's her role in this, is to try to subvert me as much. Well, the entire organization's entire goal is to subvert me as much as possible. But that's something I was thinking about. Like, as soon as I woke up, I was just thinking about like the toys that she's gotten as she's progressively made my life worse. So that's cool. Um, yeah. Anyways, those are my morning thoughts. I'm gonna go get ready for the day.